The Panthers won their 6th in a row, another big gateway victory, another one on the road, 37-3 over Western Illinois. Al Molde, you wanted the victory, which I'm sure you never expected margin quite that wide.
Well, I was pretty surprised, Dave. I really felt that the game was going to be a hard-fought contest between two pretty evenly matched teams, and the way it turned out, we had our way of things most of the day.
We obviously didn't want to let down, and we didn't get a let down. I didn't see a lot of emotion from our kids, but they came ready to play.
Oh, they were loose, but really ready to play. They were kind of loose last week, and you know, at times I worried about that, and maybe that's just you know, head coach anxiety or whatever. But I could tell Friday night at our team meetings that they were pretty intent on playing well the next day, and they were certainly ready to play. And we had no lack of respect for Western Illinois, and I thought it was a very good example of you know, our team's level of maturity and just where they've come. So I was pleased with the way we played.
Yeah, I really think we're playing with a lot of confidence, or what I see is a lot of confidence on both sides of the ball.
Right. We are. We've taken things a step each week, it seems, and the kids feel good about what they're doing, and they do have a lot of confidence. You know, the defense is playing well, particularly on the goal line. Sean Payton is really leading our offensive team very well. He's playing very well. He's playing like an All-American quarterback, and when you have personnel to go to like Banks and Pierce and Kane and Wilhelms is coming along now, and gee, the running game is just looking super. The line is really blowing people away up front. James Marable's in a groove, running well. So we've got a lot of weapons going for us right now.
Yeah, we're really as balanced as any time since you've been here. I think Saturday, when I say balanced, I'm talking about offensively. We rushed for 188 yards and threw for 220, and you know, that's going to get winning football.
Yeah, it is. And you know, another nice thing about that is, it may not be apparent to the fan, is that people have got a great deal of respect for the explosiveness of our offense, and Saturday was an example of a game in which we saw no blitz. And a couple of years ago, people were blitzing at us almost every other down to try to get us stopped, but they've given that up. It's a credit to our offensive team. It's a credit to the ability of our quarterback, Peyton, to check at the line of scrimmage, and it's a credit to the rest of the team in handling those situations. So teams are having a lot of problems getting our offense stopped, and I just certainly hope that can continue. Our defense is getting us the football, and I know the game plans from the opponents is usually along the lines of keep the ball away from their offense.
Yeah, it's interesting. The average fan, as you say, is not going to see some of these things, and as coaches, you can appreciate it, and maybe appreciate it more when you watch it on Sunday. You know, what teams really did try to do against us and weren't successful with it. Right.
I'm sure Western Illinois saw that in a couple of man situations last week against Northern Iowa that the blitz hurt them badly. Banks scored 2 touchdowns on different types of man-up coverage, and so they really pretty much said, hey, we're not going to blitz at them.
Yeah. Does that mean we're not going to see our patented screenplay anymore now that people don't blitz on us?
Well, no. I think really the play that results from blitz is the fade pattern, or the deep pass to Banks along the sideline, and we use that in zone as well as in man, but it just seems that in man, you know, we score more off it. It's more dangerous. You don't have over-the-top help, but no, we'll see our screen. We didn't use our screen, and there were a couple of plays that we didn't use at all Saturday. We ran the ball 47 times.
All right. Okay, speaking of running 47 times, let's see part of those 47 as we go to the highlights. Let's roll the videotape. Homecoming up there at Western, they had a big crowd, and you're going to see real quick we took them out of it.
Right, Albert Brown gets the ball, and we knock the ball loose and get it right away. Paul Wilson, who's been the star of our special teams, recovers that fumbled kickoff. And we come back. Here's a real good play by the Western kid, and they shut us down to a field goal. Emke hits another field goal clear over the bleachers from 40 yards out, so he's really playing well. He's hitting the ball well. There's our defense. And boy, I tell you, our defense has really been tough to run on. And there's Banks on a fade pattern, this is our first possession, second offensive possession, and here we go to Pierce, and there we get the ball down to the 5, and here we're coming off the edge. Great job of hooking the corner there, getting the edge for us by Derek Wilhelms, and James Marable's really tough running back. There's back on defense again now, and boy, I tell you, I thought our defense played very, very well, and we reacted well. You can see the pursuit there. Our ends, Zeman and Briscoe, did a great job of reacting out and covering plays off the perimeter. Here's one of the few mistakes we made Saturday. The ball was wind blown, and we probably should have stayed away from it, and it gets away from us. But the defense comes in, rises to the occasion, and we get them shut down. The field position swing resulting from that botched punt hurt us for a little while in the game. I believe we get pinned pretty deep here, Dave, and it's difficult for us to, well, it's difficult for anyone to move the ball off your goal line. I think here the ball ends up at about the 2 or 1 yard line. Now here we're going down the middle. We overthrew Pierce a couple of times. One of them led to an interception early in the game. Here we're going third down play. The only really bad play that James made, the ball tipped right off his fingers. And here Western, good coverage on the punt by Scott Pilkerton. And Western back on offense now, and they go with a draw. That draw got loose on us a few times. You can see now they're inside the 5. Now here's an interference call. It was the official admitted to us that it was a poor call at the half, and Rodney picks it off, and it seems like he's been victimized all year long with that kind of stuff, because in the Northeast game, you can remember, he was victimized by a bad call on an interception. I'll tell you what, they had 6 shots from inside the 3 and don't get in against our defense, and you know, we've been making a habit of that. People have had a lot of trouble moving against our defense on the goal line. We shut them down to a field goal. At this point, it's 9-3, Dave.
That was a critical drive that they weren't able to really score other than on the 3-point.
Right. We almost break the kickoff here. We come out and get a seam, just about step through it. Here we come back. I think this is the interception. Yeah, we overthrow Pierce. He's open, and the safety behind him picks it off. At this point, we're not playing particularly well with a 9-3 lead. And this is the second quarter, and the last part of the second quarter, we really kind of get going. Here they're getting some movement against our defense in the middle of the field. Now we're back on offense, and Peyton really led us well on this drive. There were several critical spots in this drive that he played very well in. Here we're going deep. Banks does a great job of breaking that up. It had to turn into a defensive back. The ball could have been picked off. Peyton moves around, and here he's going to run up the field looking for first down yardage, and doesn't quite make it. So that led to a punt, a fourth down punt.
We almost got this
Western. Right, they mishandled it. Nobody controlled it. You can see the official on the bottom of that pile there.
There's quite a discussion there, and I wasn't sure what that was about.
There they come out with some Northern Iowa type plays. Thank goodness he dropped that one, because they had us beat in deep coverage.
We're going to see a 73-yarder with the help of a wind and a great roll.
Right. Yep. I was glad that went into the end zone. Now this is the drive. I was premature when I said we were going to drive in the second quarter. Here we get the ball. I think this is the start of it. We start from our 20. That's the fourth down play to pick up a first down. With a 9-3 lead, we elected to go for this, and it makes me more than a little nervous. But we did pick it up. Kids had a lot of confidence that they could get the ball up far enough for a first down. Here's Marable on a draw. Line is doing a great job of blocking. Here we come back with fake draw. Hit Pierce over the middle. Pitch off the edge. Marable cuts, hits a seam, and takes it down in very close. And this is a check the line of scrimmage, and we take advantage of their defensive alignment, and Marable walks in. So we went 80 yards in 16 plays there, Dave. Put us up 16-3 at the half.
And scored just before the half ended, which gave us some momentum coming out.
Right. That really hurt Western. I think that really took a lot out of Western. You can see they had little or no success running the football on us. Here we go to Banks on the out pattern for a critical first down in the third quarter. I come back, run fake draw. You can't see the play here. Kane made the catch on that, and that was another first down. We're back passing again, hit Pierce on the crossing route, and steadily moving the ball down the field, and Peyton back to pass and hits Pierce over the middle. He takes it down into about the 3-yard line. And we get into our two-back offense. Marable punches it in. Good blocks up front by Wasi Latu and the offensive line. And our defense back, you can see they went to the shotgun in an effort to get buy a little bit more time against us. And between the goal lines, Western had a little success running, moving the football basically with a pass. They could not run. We totally dominated the line of scrimmage, and it's credit to our fine defensive line. And here's a pick. Rodney Reynolds picks the ball off, and he's got to get that ball tucked away so he doesn't lose it. And we're running draw. Great move. I don't know if you were able to see that, but James did a 360 in the face of a tackler and made a great cut. Here's Marable up inside again. At this point, we're just chewing them up, and we elect to try to run some clock, and Marable can do a lot of things on his own, as you can see. We're back to pass. Peyton hits Willie Kane on a comeback pattern in the corner for the first touchdown of the year for Willie, and he was pretty excited. Here they get a pass off on us, and roll on our edges and try to work our corners a little bit. Back thrown again. Sack coming up here by John Yurkovic. Rick Zeman's there. Aaron Thomas, John Yurkovic, Zeman. There's a almost interception by Kevin Hunter. We had 3, Dave, that we had shots at. 3 interceptions that we didn't get Saturday. Here's they're going to the back, missed tackle, and really the only way people have been able to move against us is with the pass. Our defensive front has been doing such a great job. Dave Lewandowski's in there now. You can see him coming out pressuring here. In fact, he pursues over and makes the tackle. Here's the goal line stand again. This is a 4th and goal. They elect to go for it. Nothing there. Aaron Thomas is there to stop him, as Dan Paluski, Darius Shavers. I tell you, our defense has really been tough against the run. Here's a 3rd down conversion. We go to Banks. He gets us out of the hole. Come back to Marable, and he slices up the field for about 10. And here we go with a boot. The boot served us pretty well Saturday. We hit Wilhelms 2-3 times, and were able to move the ball in critical 3rd down situations. One thing I was real pleased to see is that Saturday we hit our objective of 60% conversion on 3rd down. In fact, we were 75% or better, and we had 12 of 17 3rd down conversion. There's a great punt by Tillotson, puts it out inside the 10. And defense shuts down the run. We get pressure on the quarterback, and he falls down. Carl Parker off the edge there, playing well. He's another one of our outstanding defensive linemen. Here they throw the ball, and back falls down. Western back to throw again, and here we pick it off. Dan Paluski picks this off. It's one of our drills in practice, and I was hoping that we could break that